Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today we are going to get a little artistic. I'm going to teach you how to make chocolate toppers for cupcakes or cakes. Or you could also just eat these as they are. Let's get started. So first, some things that you need. We got some ingredients here. We have a piece of parchment paper. We have an alternative method that I'll show you. It uses an artisan mat. We have some candy bags, disposable candy bags, some toothpicks. We have some milk chocolate candy melts. We have some orange, vanilla flavored candy melts. We have a plastic bag for an alternative to using the candy melt bag. We have some white chocolate. We have a little butter knife, and we have some tape. And then we have a stencil. I made a little stencil and I just printed these off from the computer, found the things I wanted to make, and there we go. And you can make whatever design that you want. So first what we're gonna do is I just have this little lid here. It's flat, so it's gonna work really well for what I wanna do. And I'm gonna tape this paper stencil down so it doesn't move. Okay, and then what I'll do is I will take my parchment paper and I'm gonna lay it right on top, like that. And then I'm gonna tape this down, and I want it to lay nice and flat. And as you can see the design underneath it. So let's tape this down. I also went and got some green candy melts. I forgot to put those on the table, and I'm going to use those to do the stems of these pumpkins. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take our chocolate and we're going to melt them in a bag. So these candy melt bags, you can put these candy melts right in here. They're specifically made for these bags. And I got these at Walmart. You can get them online, Walmart, wherever, at Michael's. And you just put them in here and you microwave them on high for 30 seconds, and then you massage it, 30 seconds, massage it, and then there you go, and then you just snip off the bottom. Alternatively, if you're gonna use a sandwich bag, then what you'll do is you'll melt your chocolate, and then you'll just scoop it out and put them in here, and then you'll cut out the tip. And I'm gonna do both methods just to show you how it works. First, what I do is I look at this design and decide what color of chocolate I wanna do first. And it looks like the inner part right here is dark, so I'm gonna do the milk chocolate for these. And I'm gonna do that one first, so I can do all these eyes in the mouth, and then I can do these shapes, the dark shapes. So I'm gonna start with that. So I'll take my bag here, and I'll put my chocolate in there, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and just put this in the microwave and on bursts of 30 seconds until it's nice and melted. It'll probably only take about a minute, 10 seconds. All right, see, you got the chocolate in here. It's all nice and melted. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the tip off. Now I'm gonna make the cut pretty close to the edge because I want it to be a small hole, because these are some pretty small designs there. And you can always make the hole bigger if you need to. And then what we're gonna do is we just fill in the shape, kind of like you're drawing or you're coloring. And you're gonna try to stay in the lines as best as you can. And growing up coloring, I had a really hard time staying in the lines. So this will definitely test your patience. And you can probably try to get as nice with this as you want. Okay, so you do that, and then you come in here with a toothpick, and you'll just smooth it out a little bit. And for the bigger surface areas, you can use that knife. Okay? You might be wondering how long the chocolate will last until it hardens up. And it lasts a little while, and don't worry, like if you have to stop and do something and the chocolate hardens, you can just reheat it up in the microwave. On to Batman here. This is gonna be a little more difficult, a little sharper edges, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much if I don't get it perfect. And he already has a tail, so what we need to do on this one is we need to make a little bit longer tail, and that's what's gonna go inside the cupcake or the cake. Like that, pretty cool, huh? Now we want to chill this in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes to let the chocolate set up before we do the next round of chocolate. Okay, once this comes out of the refrigerator, we need to go and do our next round of chocolate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the orange batch right now. And so I'm going to take this bag, we'll put the chocolates in there, and we'll microwave this. Okay, our orange chocolate is ready. Go ahead and follow the same step as we did with the chocolate, the milk chocolate. Snip that off. And then we also need a tail, and this is so it'll stick into the That's what will go inside the cupcake. Okay, and then we'll just smooth it out. Okay, just like that. And if you weren't gonna put this in a cake or a cupcake, you wouldn't have to do this little spur right here. And you could just have it like that and just eat it like that. I'm gonna do the rest of these now. Okay, before I put this in the fridge, I'm gonna go ahead and do the white chocolate for the apple symbol. Now for the white chocolate, I probably only need one of these, so I'm only gonna use one. I'm gonna melt it in this glass bowl, and then I'm gonna scoop it into this bag and then snip off the bottom, and I'll show you how to use a bag instead of one of those other candy bags. Okay, so we have our melted white chocolate here. I'm gonna grab this bag. Now you could just scoop it out and put it in there and move it around with one of these toothpicks if you want, but I wanted to show you this technique as well. So you just open up the bag and just scoop your chocolate in there. Give it a good snip. Okay. And we'll just fill this in. And we'll just smooth it out. Like that. Pretty neat, huh? I can't forget my tail since I want to put this on a cupcake. Give it a little tail. I want to do the green stems before I put this in the fridge. Okay, now that I'm done, I'm gonna put this in the fridge for 20 minutes this time to make sure everything sets up really nice. Okay, I just took these out of the refrigerator. Now one thing you can do if it sticks a little bit is you can take a little dough scraper like this and just go underneath it to help lift it up. But these ones are pretty good. They're pretty nice, and they're all there. And if you can look, pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and set these aside. Grab our cupcakes, and we'll go ahead and put some in there. Let's start with this little pumpkin. And I'm just gonna put it right on the top, just like that. And there you go. You got a little pumpkin chocolate topper. Now what I want to show you is, earlier I told you that we didn't have to use parchment paper. You could also use a artisan mat. So if you take this off, and you take your artisan mat, you can just lay this right on top. And if you notice, you can still see through it. And then you can do your chocolate designs right on top of there, and it won't stick. It'll come right off once it chills. So that's an alternative to doing parchment paper. Okay, our chocolate cupcake or cake toppers are complete. As you can see here, I made them cupcake toppers. Really cool, super creative, really easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, if you want to make a bigger one, I have here a bigger one that I made. And this could be the top of a cake, or you could use it like a little plate, a serving plate, and put treats on top of it, whatever you want to do. The possibilities are pretty endless. Let your creativity take over. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for another episode. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah.